Welcome back to Chow Time Pod. It's your host, Red. I get videos a day from the wall. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that chow time.
I'll never get the relationships that last like so long and the girl's waiting for the ring, like she's waiting to get proposed to. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, how are you with this person for this long? You know me, within a year, if you don't pop the ring, you're lucky to have me, yeah? And right now, boyfriend and girlfriend, you don't have me. Yeah. Like, yes, we're in a committed relationship, but no. If my intention is marriage, I'm going to make it known. And if you don't make the time, like, see you later. You're not serious.
If you know what you want and that's what you want and they're aware of it.
I'm upset about this. This actually kind of makes sense to me. Yeah, women are with men and they want marriage and it's a year and they're not getting close to it. I understand
100%. I think there has to be some kind of like time frame, because otherwise what are you doing?
But a year? That's too much. Or too little time.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll hear from a woman who shares the story of how she claims to have broken up with her fiancé. We'll also see a girl from a feminist collective who says that women should cheat on their partners with their relatives so that men can feel the pain that women feel. She's clearly deeply traumatized. Your support is super important to us. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel. We're aiming for 150,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Share your experiences and advice in the comments. That's what helps this community grow. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. Now, let's get started.
If you're a yes person, like you just always say yes to everything, listen up. I was dating this guy for 4 years and he proposed to me. I said yes.
Okay.
I was 22 and at that time in my life, I said yes to everything. If somebody said that this was the career I should go into, I said yes. If someone said this is the religion you need to follow, I said yes. And yeah, sometimes I didn't say yes out loud, but with my actions, I did say yes. Back to that relationship. I obviously ended up breaking it off. I used to be a touring musician, and after one of my tours, I realized that one of the diamonds in my ring had fallen out. Now, as much as I tried to not take that as a sign that I shouldn't be with this person, I started asking myself some deep questions. And I asked myself, is he my best friend? Is he my fairy tale? Are we...
Right there, guys. Is he my fairy tale? Not that is he a good man? Does he take care of me? Does he have direction in life? Does he have purpose? No, I need that fairy tale.
Compatible. I brought these concerns up to him and it didn't go well. He ended up silencing me and we didn't talk for, I think it was about a week. But in that week, I realized that I was not meant to be with him. That he wasn't my fairy tale. He wasn't my best friend, and we just really didn't match up. I had already sent out over 200 save the dates, literally just the week before. After I decided to break it off with him, I begged him to have a phone call with me where I broke it off. I literally canceled our whole relationship. This was the first time in my life I asked myself what I really wanted and what I really needed. And why it was that I said yes when really I didn't know the answer. But actually, I did know the answer. I wanted to say no. That was 7 years ago now. And now I'm happily married to the love of my life. He is my best friend. He is my fairy tale. And we're super compatible. We've been married 5 years. And the guy that I broke up with, he is also now married to the love of his life. They have a kid together. And I wish them nothing but the best. I don't regret the choice that I made.
I don't hate on this story that much, actually. She said yes, but she ended things before things got too serious and it fucked over the guy in some way, shape, or form when they got married. I'm not too mad at this. At least the man learned and he still ended up, being where he needs to be. So,
and saying yes because it taught me a lot. And I don't believe in regrets. But I could have saved myself a lot of heartbreak and heartache if I would have been able to ask myself the hard questions, what it is that I really want and what I really need before, and to not just people please and say yes to everything. So ask yourself, where have you been saying yes where you really should be saying no? And maybe where are you saying no when you really should be saying yes?
Decisions driven by emotion Women are like that.
Yep.
In moments when you expect them to make decisions based on reason, they'll make important decisions based on how you make them feel, as you saw in the way she described it. It's my fairy tale. He's my best friend. We're compatible. All of these reasons are more emotional than from a well-thought-out life plan together. That's why sometimes you see women getting involved with men that you and everyone else know aren't good for them, yet they still choose to be in relation.
You want to know what's hilarious?
You?
Finding out 5 days before Christmas that the wedding you've been planning for the last year and a half won't be happening as of 11 a.m. this morning because you found him in your house with the girl he told you not to worry about.
Oh, all right.
Merry Christmas to me. But what's even better than that is what he said to me when I caught him. He said, I thought you said you weren't going to be home until 5:30.
I'm actually on her page on this one. That's the exact same gaslight tactic that women use. So
he has a point. I guess I did say that. Maybe I should be grateful because better to find out now than later.
Agreed.
But the pain is...
This is how men feel too.
And strangely, at the same time, I almost feel nothing. And I'm not sure what to do. I think I'm in shock. Like, I'm definitely in shock. I knew it. I knew it. Anyways, that's my monologue. If you don't mind letting me know in the comments what you thought, if you had any pointers, thank you guys so much.
For a moment.
So yeah, for a moment, it felt very genuine, until that last bit of comment down below. And everything just demeanor changed instantly.
I even believed it. Because let's be honest, regardless of gender, this is horrible.
Agreed.
Although it seemed a bit fake, because I doubt anyone's first reaction to something like that would be to record a video for TikTok. But then again, I've seen people record themselves crying, so nothing surprises me anymore. But what did you all think of the whole situation, brothers?
Tell y'all something that I cannot stop thinking about. So y'all know how those podcasts will repost like clips of their podcast on TikTok as a post. And I can't remember these girls' podcasts. It was two girls. I wish I could remember so I could tag them. But if y'all know, tag them. Anyway, it was a girl talking about how like she turned her friend group around and how she realized that she needed to make new friends and leave some of her old friends behind, right? And in that podcast, it was a good little excerpt. But the thing that she said that really hit me was she said, how did you know, like, which friends needed to go, basically? And she said, because I was still performing around them. I was like, because I never had the language around what that feels like. Like, whenever you hang around your good girlfriends, you're at ease. You can just talk freely. You don't have to worry about, like, filtering the things that come out of your brain to your mouth. Like, you don't have to worry about that whenever you are with your good girlfriends. And it's because you're not performing. It's not performative. Like, you're literally just being yourself in an authentic way. And so she said that she was still performing around these people. And I was thinking, dang, like, in what areas of my life am I still performing? Like, obviously, it's necessary, like, at work and stuff like that. But, like when you're around your family or whenever you're around, like, certain friend groups or whenever you're around certain guys or in certain relationships.
I'm going to interrupt. Sorry, girl. We perform every day in our lives. To be yourself, to be your authentic self at all times is nearly impossible. And it's a very narcissistic way to see things. I don't think really women see it that way, that I get to be exactly the way I am at all times without having to critique anything. No, like, even me, when I'm with my friends, yeah, I'm a little more relaxed and things like that, but I'm still not going to say stupid shit to my friends just because I want to say stupid shit or it's going to come in my mind. No, you still have to hold yourself to a certain standard of how to treat people, how to act, and things like that.
Are you still performing? Do you feel like you can't be your authentic self? That is a question that really hit home for me.
It's well known that women don't have friends. They have competition. This leads to them constantly being hypocritical with one another. Men who have had a woman in their life, whether in relationships, family, or even working with them, notice this daily.
Yep.
Women never allow themselves to show weakness or fully trust each other. The woman who does this eventually realizes, sooner or later, that a woman's worst enemy is another woman. That's why you hear women say, "I prefer to have male friends. At least they're more honest."
That's a lot of women.
A man who truly sees you as a friend will be direct and tell you things as he sees them. If any women are watching this, I hope you share your thoughts on why women tend to tear each other down so much.
Hot take, and I don't care if anyone hates me after this, but whenever I hear a dude say, "Just because I cheated on my wife doesn't mean I don't still love her," it makes me instantly want to get into a relationship with him just so I could meet his family and his dad, and then make...
And remember, it's different for men and women. For you to sleep with someone, you actually have to have some genuine connection, some genuine respect / admiration for that person. For us men, it's not. I explained this to my girlfriend recently, that I'm not saying it's okay to cheat, but how men view sex and how sex is for men is not the same as how sex is for women. That's the major part that women don't understand. I always tell, we can literally stick it in a hole in the wall, and it doesn't even matter what's on the other side of that hole. We don't care. As long as we're getting off, don't tell me. Where women, I don't know if they can really truly do it that way. Nowadays, yeah, there probably can be women doing it, but
make it really obvious and make it really easy for him to find out so that he confronts me. And as soon as he confronts me, I'm going to say, "Just because I your dad doesn't mean I don't still love his son." I truly feel like that's the only way these losers will ever comprehend how stupid they sound when they say some shit like that. The very act of cheating is an unloving thing to do. So how delusional and insane do you have to be to do the most unloving thing you could do to your wife, who you vowed not to betray, and then say you still love her? It gets even more funny when you assess the average male and you realize that the average male does not love himself. And because he doesn't love himself, there's absolutely no way he's capable of loving someone else,
I can
even
agree
if that other person is his wife. And when you understand that, you understand why their idea of love is so twisted and backwards, and why they're okay with doing something so unloving to you and then turning around and telling you.
See, this is the thing. It's only unloving to women. To men, it's not us unloving you. For men, we genuinely still do love you. We just need to get our rocks off. And it could be any random stranger. It could be an uglier woman than you. It could be a more beautiful woman than you. It could be an overweight woman. Sometimes it doesn't matter. That's the part that, again, women seem to not understand about men. And I'm not saying cheating is right or men can cheat or anything. I'm not defending that fact. Don't fucking put it in the comment section. Don't. I'm just saying how men view it and how men view loyalty is different. We view you cheating as disloyal, but we don't view ourselves as cheating or as sleeping around as disloyal, because our loyalty is our resources, our protection. You get all of our resources. You get all of our protection. You get everything from us. These women just got a dick for 5 minutes or whatever it is.
They still love you. They don't even have the slightest grasp on what it means to love someone, let alone show that through words and actions.
They show it through action. Remember, men's always shows things through action. And it's taking care of you, making sure everything is good, making sure that you're protected, making sure you're well fed, clothed, you have everything you need, everything you want. Men provide that. That's true affection and true love.
And it just shows how disconnected they are when they can turn around and do something so hurtful
I do agree
to the
it's
person that
hurtful.
they're claiming they love the most. Not to mention that these loser dudes have absolutely no valid reason to cheat on you anyway. The reason is boredom. It would make so much more sense if they could just say, I cheated on you because I got bored, but I still want to be with you. But the most annoying thing is the way that they will constantly lie and paint their actions out to be something that you know it's not, and gaslight you into thinking that they still love you and it was just a
It's not a gaslight. This is part, I can somewhat agree why they think it's a gaslight, but no, men you still genuinely love you even if they sleep with other women.
Time thing and it didn't mean anything. If it didn't mean anything, then why did you do it? Because if that's the case, then where does the line get drawn between actions you take that don't mean anything and actions you take that mean something? Is our marriage meaningless?
Let me tell you what's going on. I'm not excusing infidelity, which is wrong and breaks trust.
Agreed.
But here's what happens. Women are born with social value, and men are not. This makes a man's path clear. Unless he's won the genetic lottery, his path is to build himself up. This means that a man will work toward becoming his best version. Along that journey, he may end up in a relationship. As he becomes more stable, he becomes more desirable. Add to that the fact that he's already been pre-selected, meaning he becomes even more attractive to other women once one has chosen him. I'm not sure why it happens, but that's how women's hypergamy works. This leads to many more women being attracted to this man. One of the things that increases in a man in a relationship, if he's in good shape and financially stable, is his confidence, which is attractive to women. Also, the fact that he's off limits makes him even more tempting. This results in more women brazenly flirting with him. Now that I've explained this in the next part, I'll tell you how it all ends up playing out.
Because that's an action that you took. Saying, but I still love you after you cheat on your wife is a blatant lie and an insult to the intelligence of women. If you truly love someone, then you understand that love is the strongest force of all. And if you're truly in love with your wife, then that force is going to compel you to control yourself. And if it's not compelling you to control yourself, and you have no desire to control yourself either, then you don't love that person. Saying, but I still love you is just as...
Yeah, I can somewhat agree with that, actually. It's not a really bad take on things, but we can also say that in reverse for women when women cheat. And it doesn't work out well for you ladies either.
Sad attempt to slap a Band-Aid over the betrayal and make it out to be something much smaller than it actually is, so that your wife doesn't leave you, so that you don't lose everything. All I'm asking is for men to be more honest with themselves and arrange their words in a way that is accurately reflective of their true feelings.
You're trying to tell us to use words that actually communicate properly when you are the ones that expect men to just read your minds?
The truth is, you want to have your cake and eat it too. You want to be a man who does not love himself, who does not love his wife, who does not respect his commitments to himself, who does not respect his commitments to his wife, and still has a wife. But men figured out that they can just use the L word, and women are going to be quick to forgive them and willing to give them another chance. And as much as I want to feel sorry for women who do this, I don't. Because at the end of the day, you know what love is. You know you love that man differently than he loves you. And you are not willing to throw away your entire marriage because you're okay with him loving you less than you love him. That's the honest truth of it. If your husband cheated on you and you stayed, then it's okay to just say, it's more important for me to have a man than it is for me to have a man who loves me the way I love him. Because when he says he loves...
one biggest quote is like probably one of my favorite quotes from Malcolm in the Middle, when Lois was like, oh, I look at other men, you don't look at other women. And Hal was like, no, I love you. Like, I'm super in love with you. And he was just like, but she was like, but I still look at other men. I love you, but I still, and he was like, well, I know I love you more. But if we loved each other the same amount, we would never get anything done. We would just be in the bedroom having sex all the time. And I actually would agree with that. If people are so in love with each other and so infatuated with each other, you would never be able to get anything done because all you care about is being with each other and having sex with each other and just, like going out all the time. that would ruin people's lives. So there's almost always going to be a dynamic of someone loving someone more than other. There's never going to be an even dynamic. It doesn't make sense. But in what we train in the manosphere, not train, but like suggest, is that the woman should always have more affection for you. Once you as a man have more affection for her than she does for you, she will walk all over you.
What he means is he loves the way you make his life vibrant and exciting and easier and seamless. He loves the way you overlook his shitty behavior just to keep him in your life. He loves that you have low standards because he knows that if you had high standards, you know this too, you would have walked away at the first sign of disrespect. He loves that even though he showed you through his words and actions over and over and over again that he is settling for you, and that's why he feels comfortable entertaining so many other women, that is not a compelling enough reason for you to walk away from him permanently. Maybe I'm talking shit, but if I was married to a man and he cheated on me, I would his dad, and I would make sure he found out, and I would tell him, just because I your dad doesn't mean I don't still love his son. And I would pray that he has a brother so he could question which son I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna come with that energy. Yeah, because the things y'all say to try to normalize your shitty behavior is insane.
We can say the same thing about women.
It's insane as me saying I'm gonna your dad and then make you find out and then tell you that I love his son more than I love him. Sorry, not sorry.
As I said, I don't approve of infidelity, but as I explained earlier, unlike women who are born with social value, men are not. When a man starts to get more attention from women, his mind naturally seeks as much intimacy as he can get. This is part of our more primal instincts. I'm not excusing infidelity for this reason. Another thing to consider is that it's true that a man can love his wife, care for her, and still be with another woman simply for pleasure and that hunter instinct. Unlike women, who usually need to make some emotional investment with a man before being intimate, men don't operate that way. A man can be with a woman, block her out afterward, and carry on like nothing happened.
Remember, I said I can even fuck a woman that I hate, like despise, and it wouldn't be a thing for me.
That's why you hear a lot of men say, "I still love you." It's a cheap and stupid excuse, but it doesn't mean it's not valid.
True.
But as a woman,
I agree with
if you
that.
try to compare yourself to a man and seek revenge because you're still hurt by what happened with your ex-husband, it shows. You dye your hair pink, which is a huge red flag. This is the perfect example of why women, after bad experiences with a Chad, need therapy, because the next man who comes along will pay for all the things he didn't do. She ends up hating all men, as if we're all to blame for what happened to her.
Cheating is cheating, but yes, men can cheat and still love you to the nth degree. They just needed to get their rocks off a little bit. Is it right? No, but doesn't make the statement false. Please like, comment, subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time. Ciao.